everyone, welcome back to Glam While Mommy. Today, setting aside a few quiet moments to care for myself with intention. This routine is not about striving or perfection, but about gratitude, honoring the body God has entrusted to us. So before I started and sat down and set up, I have clean moisturized skin to start with. I applied moisturizer already. And when I do, I move it around slowly, allowing the moment to be restful rather than rushed. 1 Corinthians 6:19. Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit? So I'm gonna start with some primer here. Okay, a little too much of the primer went onto my hand, unfortunately, and this is a good primer. I don't want to waste it. Okay. Put it back in the tube if you can. Okay. So I apply, I think mine's a matte primer. Apply my matte finish primer, focusing on preparing the skin. Preparation creates steadiness both on your face and in your heart. Okay. Okay. So then I'm going to do my foundation. And I think, so mine's a 12-hour. So I'm going to apply it starting at the center of the face, and then we're going to blend it outward. Your cheek, chin, cheek, nose, forehead. And we start blending it. Yeah, if you, like me, accidentally put some on your lip, I probably am the only one that likes to apply my foundation also onto my eyelid. Okay. So as I blend, I remind myself that makeup does not create my worth. It simply enhances what God has already made, which we as ladies are reminded that when we read Psalm 139:14, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Okay. So next, I'm going to do some concealer. I apply where I need that extra brightness, especially under my eyes. Being a mom, I will sometimes see dark circles under my eyes, and I usually also use it to cover up blemishes. Paint it on the sides of my nose a little bit. Okay. On my cupid's bow. Okay, and then we blend. I like to keep the coverage natural and light, not too heavy and caked on. Makes sense. Okay. So then we're going to set the base. That one. So I lightly set my T-zone with some translucent powder, and the rest of the skin can remain soft and luminous. You want balance, because balance is intentional. Just like we need to balance out our lives with time for God, time for family, time for our husband. Try to balance the day with time for yourselves as well. So trust me, as a mom, I definitely know about needing mom time, where you don't have kids around. You are just giving some time to yourself. Actually like it, especially after my kids have gone to bed, because I have 3 under 5, and that in itself is challenging. Like, 1 minute one kid needs something, and then the next minute all 3 need the exact same thing. So I put my powder all over my face, so my jawline, cheekbones, my nose, my forehead, my cupid's bow, my chin. I blend it all into all those areas. Okay? So now let's work on our brow. So I begin by brushing my brows upward to reveal their natural shape. Okay. That's the nice thing about this pencil that I use from LA Colors. It has a brow brush on it, which is great. Okay. So then I'm going to use my brow pencil. So with my brow pencil, I use light hair-like strokes to define the brows and fill sparse areas. I like to use it as my base. It's about guidance, not control eye and structure, while respecting what's already there. So commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will be established. Proverbs 16:3. So I started here at the end of it. You said it. Go up. Just go over like that. And then same here. Start at my base of my eyebrow. Up and over like that. So next, I'm going to put some brow powder through my brows to add softness, depth, pressing gently rather than packing on products. And then I'm going to do some tinted brow gel. I apply this brushing the hairs upward and outward. It's going to add fullness and help the brows stay in place while they still look natural. Last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to apply some brow highlighter. I'm going to put just beneath the arch and the tail. Okay. And then I'm going to take my sponge here, blend my eyebrows a little. Okay. So then let's put on some of that eye primer. I apply a thin layer of this to ensure that my lids are prepared for the eyeshadow and to ensure that everything's going to blend smoothly when I go to blend my eyeshadow. Okay. So I'm going to a soft like toothpaste shade through the crease, taking my time to keep the edges diffused and gentle. So I am going to put a soft like toothpaste shade through the crease, take my time to keep the edges diffused and gentle. Do I have one that's actually called toothpaste in here? apply it right out here. Okay. Same on this side. Okay. So then I'm going to put a charcoal. So charcoal shade onto the lid, concentrating on right in my middle part. So to be honest, I rarely use black or stuff. The darkest I usually go will be like a dark brown. This is the first time I've used black in a very long time. I think the last time I did black, I was a teenager doing my first smoky eye. And my first smoky eye that I ever did did not turn out as good as I wanted it to, unfortunately. Don't worry about the lines like this. We are going to blend it all here in a minute after we add our last shade. So then at the very end, like right down here, I'm going to put some silver. Let's see if I have silver. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I'm going to put some silver. Okay. Like right here on you. Okay. Same on both eyes. Just enough to reflect some light, and now we're going to blend it. Okay. So the one thing I like to do is I will take my brush if I can and like tap it off as much as I can onto like my sponge, and then I can rinse or wipe off my sponge later to get as much of the black off so I can nicely blend this. Okay, now we're going to blend this one. And then I'm going to take a sponge, blend it some more up here, here, down here. Okay, now I'll clean up. Let's do, so on my lower lash line down here, I'm just going to put like a lighter color just to keep the look balanced of the lower lash line. You can now like too like overpowering. Okay. So then let's do some eyeliner and our mascara. Okay. So I'm going to use like a silverish liner just for that shimmer almost. Okay. That. And then and then mascara, focusing on lift and separation. You know me, 3 to 4 layers of mascara. It's usually what I put on. that is layer number 1. We're going to do layer number 2 now. We're almost there. There's layer number 2. Layer number 3. Layer number 4. Or finishing up layer number 3, sorry. And then let's do number 4. That final good layer. Okay. Where's the eye? So if your eyeshadow came off a little bit like mine did with the blending, what I suggest you do is taking your eyeshadow brush. I'm just gonna go to one of my palettes. Let's see. And take a silver and just put that silver. I'll show you what to do. Because for some reason why I went to blend it to make it look good, it just all might come off on me. And I honestly think the silver with the like shimmer on the bottom looks better. Okay. So let's do some contouring. So I'm gonna contour beneath my cheekbones. I'm taking the blending upward for a natural glow. I'm gonna do a little of my Cupid's bow. I'm gonna do my nose. Okay. And then blush. I'm gonna do like a really lighter colored for that gentle, healthy flush. Let's see what I have here. So I'm gonna use this one right here. My cheeks are naturally rosy, especially right now. So I'm gonna apply a little more of my highlighter. So with contour, I really don't do bronzer as much. I just do like my highlighter kind of. So I'm gonna do my forehead a little bit too. That's the only place I really didn't get. And the tops of my cheeks. Looks like I need to blend a little more because of my mascara. And then for my lips, I'm doing a mixture of these two. Okay, rake. This is the color of the lipstick. Give some comfort, some balance to the whole day. And a little bit of gloss for shine on the lip. What I like to do is I like taking my sponge and kissing it a little bit just to get all the excess off. I take the tip of it to do a cleanup. To finish the brows, I'm going to apply some like clear brow gel, setting everything in place. This final step is going to bring order and longevity in the brows to hold their shape throughout the day. And then I am going to finish off with setting spray to melt everything together. And as I take a breath, give thanks for this quiet moment of care. Be still and know that I am God, is what the psalmist says in Psalm 46:10. So this routine is a reminder that caring for myself is an act of gratitude, not vanity. Step forward, grounded, peaceful, and confident, knowing I'm already enough. As it reminds me of that every day, that I could be wearing leggings, messy mom bun, a t-shirt that has gummies or stickers or something stuck to it, no makeup at all, and still look good. And I hope that your husband reminds you of that as well, and that you can see that through God as well. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. I don't have Twitter. And I will see you in the next video. Mwah.